All right, let's talk about Rick Ross, the man, the myth, the legend, and his seemingly endless car collection. For years, we've heard the whispers, seen the captions, read the headlines. Rick Ross owns over 200 cars. It's become a cornerstone of his larger-than-life persona, a flex repeated in countless interviews.
Told you have 200 cars.
My guy who keep up with my cars told me that too.
Splashed across hip-hop blogs and echoed by fans worldwide. This isn't just a number, it's a declaration of opulence, a symbol of success that seems almost unfathomable. Think about it, 200 cars, that's more than some small towns have parking spaces for. But here's the thing, when you actually start adding up every single vehicle that's ever been filmed on his sprawling Georgia estate, every ride he's shown off on Instagram, every whip mentioned in a vlog, well, you land way short of that mythical number. Tonight, we're not just looking at cars. We're doing some serious detective work. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, color by color, garage by garage, until we uncover the real body count. Get ready, because what we found might just surprise you. Step past those towering iron gates, and it hits you instantly, a blinding sea of candy apple red that could stop traffic on its own. Rick Ross doesn't just like red, he lives it. It's the color of power, dominance, and the kind of confidence that doesn't ask for attention, it demands it. His garage tells the story. 3 1957 Chevrolet Bel Airs, 2 hardtops and 1 flawless convertible, sit gleaming like rolling rubies. Each one proudly wears its 283 badges and vintage white wall tires. Perfectly preserved, not replaced. No shortcuts, no cheap resto mods, just pure, authentic Americana. And just a few steps away, a 1959 El Camino catches the light. Its smoothed firewall and hidden dual master cylinder showing Ross's taste for both beauty and precision. It's not just a car, it's a statement of craftsmanship. Then your eyes drift to the 1971 Caprice convertible, and it stops you cold. This isn't a car, it's a throne on wheels. Ostrich skin seats so soft they might spoil you for life, and a glowing digital dash that feels like the future trapped inside a time machine. And just when you think it can't get wilder, there it is. A 2021 Dodge Challenger SRT Superstock in Tour Red, a brute with a heartbeat that sounds like thunder. Parked beside it, a Cadillac CTS V Coupe in blazing infrared, the kind of car that doesn't ask for attention, it demands it. These aren't just red cars, they're Rick Ross red. Every shade a signature, every shine a story. Running total, 7 reds, and counting. Blue Crew. After the firestorm of red, the mood shifts, the air cools, the energy settles. Now, it's all about blue. Calm, confident, and timeless. Each shade here tells a different story, from sky-soft pastels to blues so deep they almost fade to black. Front and center sits the crown jewel, a 1969 Chevy Nova SS, factory Daytona blue, numbers matching, a 396 big block under the hood, 4-speed manual, bench seat. The kind of car that makes purists whisper in reverence. This isn't just power, it's precision. It's the sound of American muscle, distilled to its purest form. Parked right beside it, the future, a 2022 C8 Corvette 3LT in rapid blue, sleek, low, hungry. It's got the Z51 performance package, the kind that turns highways into racetracks. And yes, Ross actually drove it daily for a week last summer, because sometimes, even a boss likes to feel the road bite back. Then, there's the masterpiece, a 2017 Ford GT in the legendary Gulf livery, a rolling sculpture. Barely 1,300 miles on the odometer, hooked to a trickle charger like a sleeping beast. This isn't a car you drive, it's one you worship. And finally, tucked quietly in the corner, a 1994 Chevy Impala SS, dark teal, smooth lines, all stock, except for a hidden Bluetooth head unit, a modern pulse inside a vintage heart. 4 cars, 4 shades of blue. Together, they're a cool counterpoint to the storm of red. Running total, 11 machines, and counting. Triple black. Now, if there's one color combination that screams money, power, and undeniable status, it's black on black on black. And Ross, ever the connoisseur of luxury, obliges with a fleet that could make even a funeral director green with envy. Leading this sinister parade is a commanding 2020 Rolls-Royce Wraith Black badge, featuring those exclusive optional carbon fiber wheel inserts. This isn't just any Wraith, it's production number 007 out of only 500, making it an incredibly rare and desirable machine. Next up, the epitome of executive luxury, a 2021 Maybach S680, cloaked in piano black paint, its curtains perpetually drawn, and the refrigerator perpetually engaged, ready for whatever business or pleasure awaits. For sheer, unadulterated aggression, there's a stunning 2018 Lamborghini Aventador S Roadster, currently sporting a matte black wrap, though you know the factory black paint is still pristine underneath, waiting for its moment to shine. And for when the whole entourage needs to roll deep, he's got two menacing Dodge Charger Hellcats, both debadged for an even more imposing presence and riding on massive 22-inch monoblock wheels. Rounding out this formidable squad is a timeless 1975 Chevy Caprice convertible, its moldings shaved smooth, seemingly floating on black chrome. This black squad boasts 6 incredible vehicles. Running count, 17. White ice. White cars. They don't just shine, they glow. They photograph like angels and move like whispers of luxury. White is purity. It's calm confidence. It's how Ross makes a statement without ever raising his voice. Front and center, the 2019 Rolls-Royce Cullinan. English white paint, plush beige interior. This is more than transport. It's family. It's the same Cullinan he drove to his mother's birthday brunch, a rare moment where elegance met emotion. Next to it, the 2020 Lamborghini Urus, Bianco Monoceros, dressed head to toe in carbon fiber. It's fast, loud, and unapologetically bold. And when Ross handed the keys to his son for prom night, that wasn't just an entrance, that was a legacy moment. Then comes something unexpected, a 1993 Chevy Suburban in Summit White. Lifted high on 26-inch American Forces wheels, it's less of a truck and more of a rolling stage. When Ross hits the road for private shows, this beast becomes the tour bus. Part muscle, part memory. And finally, the Tesla Cybertruck, wrapped in satin white, looking like it fell straight from the future. Ross calls it futuristic vibes. But really, it's a statement of power and relevance, a machine built to break the internet every time it moves. 4 cars, 4 shades of white perfection, each one clean, commanding, and unmistakably Ross. Running total, 21, and the empire keeps growing. Silver and gray ghosts. Silver has its own kind of magic. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It hides flaws, softens edges, and reflects light like smoke. It's the color of quiet confidence, power that never has to prove itself. And for Ross, that makes perfect sense. First up, the 2018 Mercedes-AMG G63 in Designo Platinum Magno. A rare matte finish, smooth as brushed steel. That paint alone costs $15,000, and Ross didn't even blink. Because exclusivity isn't something he buys, it's something he embodies. Next comes precision. The 2015 Porsche 911 Turbo S in agate gray. Built for speed, treated like sculpture. Only 6,200 miles on the clock, kept in climate-controlled silence. It doesn't scream, "Drive me." It murmurs, "Respect me." A few steps away sits a legend, the 2005 Ford GT. Silver body, red Mark IV racing stripe. Ross calls it nostalgic, a tribute to America's golden age of racing. It's a bridge between history and horsepower. Then, the 2021 BMW M5 Competition, wrapped in frozen gray. It doesn't shine, it glows, like a shadow that moves when you're not looking. And finally, a personal relic, the 1996 Chevy Impala SS in its original silver. Ross bought it back from the man who first owned it. Not for the speed, not for the fame, but for the story it carried home. 5 cars, 5 shades of stealth, a gallery of metallic ghosts, timeless, untouchable, and utterly Ross. Running total, 26, and still rising. Orange and copper flames. When it comes to orange, Ross doesn't do subtle. He goes loud. the kind of loud that wakes the neighbors and turns heads from blocks away. It's a color that doesn't ask for attention, it commands it. Front and center, the 2019 McLaren 720S Papaya Spark, a color so alive it looks like it's on fire. With MSO extended shift paddles and a roof scoop that screams aggression, this isn't just a supercar, it's a statement of dominance, a jet for the streets. Right beside it, a legend from another era, the 1972 Chevy Chevelle in copper metallic. That iconic cowl induction hood, a 454 big block engine that doesn't purr, it growls. This is raw American muscle, the kind that smells like gasoline and pride. And then, a wild card, the 2023 Bronco Raptor in eruption green. Technically green, sure, but when that Georgia sun hits it just right, it glows like molten copper. It's tough, untamed, and unpredictable. Exactly the kind of rebel that earns a place here. 3 machines, 3 flames in motion, each one loud, alive, and impossible to ignore. Running total, 29, and still climbing. Green. It's the quiet color in Ross's world, the underdog. Not as fiery as red, not as commanding as black, but there's a certain confidence in green, a calm strength that doesn't need to shout. Leading this trio, the 2020 Shelby GT 500 in Grabber Lime. Bright, aggressive, unapologetic. It's loaded with the full tech package, yet it's barely been driven, only 800 miles. A modern muscle icon, sitting patiently, like it knows its own worth. Then, we step back in time. A 1971 Oldsmobile 442 in Sequoia green. Numbers matching 455 big block, still running points and condenser. Because Ross says, real men don't need HEI. It's pure vintage power, unfiltered, uncompromised. And for the everyday flex, a 2019 Ram TRX in sublime green, massive, overbuilt, gloriously excessive, perfect for grocery runs or leveling small towns. 3 machines, 3 shades of strength. Together, they prove that even in a world of flash and fire, green still has the power to own the road. Running total, 32, and counting. Old school Chevys. This is where Ross's passion hits its purest form, the heart of his empire, chrome, curves, and American history. These aren't just cars, they're time machines on 4 wheels, each one echoing a different decade of dreams. First up, a 1955 Bel Air 2-door post, gypsy red over India ivory, a 265 V8 under the hood, shifted by a 3 on the tree. It's the definition of 50s cool, a symbol of when America still built cars with hope in the metal. Next, a 1956 Nomad in Pinecrest green, still running its original 235 straight 6. Ross says that old inline motor is smoother than bubblegum. He's not wrong. It hums like jazz on a summer night. Then there's the 1958 Impala Coupe, wide, elegant, unmistakable. The only year with dual headlamps, and somehow, after all these decades, the factory AC still blows ice-cold air. That's not just preservation, that's devotion. But the collection takes a turn toward culture with the 1960 Impala Lowrider. Pastel peach paint, hydraulic switches poking through the bench seat. It's part classic, part street poetry, a love letter to lowrider artistry. Then, the legend, the 1963 Impala SS, 409 cubic inches of pure thunder, 4-speed manual, posi traction, the holy grail of muscle. It doesn't just move, it commands respect. And finally, a 1964 Impala convertible, gleaming in triple turquoise. Spinner caps, white top, and a 327 engine that sings with 300 horsepower. It's joy on wheels, a perfect ending to a vintage symphony. 6 cars, 6 eras of pride and progress. Ross's old-school Chevys aren't just a collection, they're a rolling museum of American soul. Running total, 38, and still rolling strong. Ferrari Corner. Rick Ross doesn't just collect Ferraris, he curates them, each one chosen like a masterpiece, where speed meets sculpture and passion becomes metal. Step into his Ferrari Corner, and the first thing you feel is heritage. That unmistakable glow of Rosso Corsa, red wrapping around you like heat from an open flame. Front and center, the 1983 Ferrari 308 GTB. That gated shifter clicks like a metronome from another time. It's pure analog magic, all muscle, no filter. One glance and you can almost hear the Magnum PI theme echoing in the distance. Beside it, the modern evolution, a 2014 458 Speciale in Blue Tour de France. No racing stripe, no need. Every inch drips with carbon fiber, sharp edges, and purpose. It's not just beautiful, it's built to attack corners and devour straights. And completing the trio, a 2019 Ferrari 488 GTB in Nero Daytona. Sleek, sinister, refined, upgraded with a roaring Novatec exhaust, yet still under factory warranty. Because Ross knows, power and protection can coexist. 3 Ferraris, 3 expressions of Italian soul. From the analog heartbeat of the past to the digital thunder of today. For Ross, these aren't cars. They're living art. Ferrari perfection. Running total, 41, and counting. In the end, Rick Ross's collection is a masterclass in curated Americana, beautifully sprinkled with cutting-edge modern exotics. It's diverse, it's personal, and it's undeniably spectacular. The 200-car legend, while a fantastic piece of podcast chatter and social media fodder, simply doesn't hold up to scrutiny. The receipts, the VINs, the actual footage, they all land closer to a verifiable 100 vehicles. But let's be clear, when you roll up to an event in a pristine 1957 Bel Air, followed by a custom Mansory Rolls-Royce, quantity takes a backseat to sheer presence. The biggest boss doesn't need 200 cars to own the conversation, to command attention, or to solidify his status. He just needs the right 100, parked perfectly under the Georgia sun, each one a testament to his vision, his wealth, and his unwavering passion for automotive excellence. And that, my friends, is a flex that's far more authentic and equally as impressive.